What's up guys, so in this video I'll be trying to share with you the reasons as to why you might have been struggling in prop firms in terms of passing your challenges or even managing your live account successfully. Someone who has been on both sides of the coin, from struggling trader to actual profitability, it's important to note that successful trading is not an instant switch. You don't wake up one day and just find yourself a successful trader. Rather, it has a process, and most of the times you might not even remember the exact moment that you became a profitable trader because it's usually a work in progress. Even in my journey right now, I still believe that I'm developing as a trader because every day is a learning process, and as long as you keep practicing, you keep improving along the way. First of all, you need to understand that just failing a prop firm challenge might not be enough reason to think you're not a good trader. It's very possible that you might just have a bad month where your system probably had a negative month, and depending with what you are risking, you might end up failing the challenge. However, in this video, I'm addressing someone who is completely struggling to pass or manage their accounts from a consistent basis. So this is not someone who just had one bad month. This is someone who has been trying for a long time, but they can't get that success. In my own opinion, there are two possible reasons as to why you could be struggling with prop firms. One of them is directly related to the trader not fully developing themselves enough to be ready to take a prop firm challenge. The truth is, there are many traders who are signing up for challenges while in reality they haven't even developed themselves as real profitable traders who have a working trading system. And the reason for this is because most people look at prop firms as, a lottery ticket or something. So they look at it and they see the possibility of being funded with 6-7 figures in terms of capital, and they forget that first of all they need to work on themselves. Instead, what they do is they just rush to buy the challenges with the hope that if they just pass one of them, maybe they'll make a lot of money because of a video you might have seen online of a trader who did a big withdrawal from prop firms. And if you're this type of person, then the sad truth is you're not ready to be taking prop firm challenges. As I've mentioned in my earlier videos, before you become a successful trader, you will first need to familiarize with a few trading concepts, be it support resistance, market structure, all those things. After familiarizing, you'll have to backtest a few things and try to develop an edge that is profitable and suits your trading personality. After developing your edge in the market and having the confidence that your system is profitable based on the past market data, it's very necessary that you take time to also do forward testing for maybe 1, 2, 3 months for you to get that confidence that this system just doesn't work when I was backtesting, it also works in the real market as I try to trade on a day-to-day basis. Also, in backtesting, it doesn't paint the whole picture because it assumes emotions. Backtesting assumes you'll be taking all the trades correctly, while when you forward test, sometimes you'll come to realize that even though you might see the perfect setup in the market, your emotions will kick in and you might not execute perfectly as the backtest data is showing. So just because you have a profitable system from the backtest doesn't mean you, the trader, can execute it well enough. And this is where forward testing comes in, for you to make sure you are prepared and you have the confidence that, number one, the system is profitable even currently in the market for 1, 2, 3 months, and number two, I have developed myself well enough to execute this system perfectly, factoring in the emotions and all the psychology involved in the markets. Now, it's at this point in time that you will know you are a real trader who has a working system and who is fully developed to trade the live market conditions. Honestly speaking, at this point, if you take a prop firm challenge, there is a very high possibility you will not struggle, unless your system just has a negative month. So the truth is, the process I just described, most struggling traders haven't taken time enough to develop themselves fully. So you're just going to buy a prop firm challenge, hoping that somehow you will pass, hoping that somehow you will make money. And you're forgetting that primarily you first need to be a profitable trader who has a working system for you to take a prop firm challenge. So it's very unfortunate that the majority of people who fail prop firm challenges don't fail because challenges are hard. They fail because they are not even real profitable traders yet. If that's you, by now you know what you need to do. Now let's move to the second reason as to why you might be struggling to pass your challenges. And this is the reason that I also had for a long time a while back, which is actually psychological reasons. Now, for this type of person, it's not an issue that you don't have a working system. You do have an edge in the market, you've done some practice for a while, and you have that confidence that you know what you're doing. However, when it gets to the challenges or managing the funded accounts, you're still struggling. It's a back and forth of passing, failing, blowing the funded account, but you're not making any significant progress over time. So the biggest psychological reason that this type of person struggles with is actually impatience. And funny enough is most of them don't even know they're struggling with impatience. You'll come across so many traders who are good and they have a system, but when they take a challenge, you hear them saying, I want to pass it in the next 2 weeks. I want to pass it by the end of the month. And that's because of impatience. So what happens is you start to chase setups in the market. You start to give yourself unrealistic targets. It's unrealistic because passing a challenge is a function of you getting the setups in the market. And you getting the setups is also a function of you being disciplined to the system. Sometimes you'll be disciplined to the system and you finish your month at only 6%. That's okay. You'll have to push the challenge further to the next month for you to complete the extra 2% for you to pass, assuming your target is 8% for the phase 1, for example. Most people, on the contrary, try to do it so faster and have targets. And again, this is the same thing that I struggled with a while back. The reason for this is because people are trying to chase money so quickly. So you have this idea that I should take the challenge by January or February, I should pass at the end of the month. After passing, I should do some return, and you even do the math that after 1 or 2 months, I should be able to get my first payout. Unfortunately, if this is your approach, as ambitious as it might sound, it's not in line with the laws of performance in the market in terms of each month being different, in terms of sometimes you won't get the setups you want. And the only thing it will lead is for you to try to either risk so much or you'll be taking the wrong trades. As you take the wrong trades, what happens is you start to go into drawdown and eventually you blow your account. The other way could be that you've already passed your challenge and you're now funded. By getting funded, you start giving yourself targets. I must make 5% every month. I must make 10% every month. Because for you, it's just about trying to milk money from the markets, regardless of whether you're following your system or not. Again, at this point in time, you're very likely to take the wrong setups, which will lead you to blow your account. So how was I able to handle my psychological reasons? It's very simple. A point came where I decided to take trading as a serious business. I'm sure most of you by now have heard of the phrase, treat trading as a business. Now, if you look at trading as a business, first of all, you'll come to understand that you only take what the system gives you in the market. That being said, I don't enter the market with expectations of what I should make every month. Sometimes I have goals which I've written down, but trust you me, I'm very open-minded to the fact that the market may not always do what I want. In fact, most of my goals are from a quarterly perspective. I don't even have monthly goals in trading. I only have quarterly goals, of which I try to make anything above 10 to 15%, depending on what the system will give me by the end of the quarter. But I can't tell you that I target to make X every month in terms of the percentage return. Also, when I'm doing my challenges, I shifted my mindset from being impatient to actually giving myself every quarter to pass a challenge. So before, I would try to rush the challenges very fast. However, right now, every challenge that I take, I always give myself a quarter to pass. 3 months to pass both phase 1 and 2. So if I take a challenge by January, I tell myself January, February, and March. At the end of March is when I'll be targeting to have passed both phase 1 and phase 2 combined. Meaning I'll start trading the live funded account in the next quarter. Now, I'm not saying that you also need to use my approach, because some of you might be having systems which easily do 10% a month or 8% a month. If you have such a system, you will easily be passing your challenge every month. Some traders even have systems which allow them to pass phase 1 and phase 2 at the same month. If that's the case, then well and good. And I know someone might be wondering, 3 months is such a long time for you to pass a challenge. But again, that's the thing. You have a very poor mindset. That's why you're thinking like that. Now, let me try to help you to see the bigger picture here. If you start treating your trading as a business, this is what you'll start to understand. Let's say now I'm taking a $200,000 challenge and I give myself 3 months to pass both phase 1 and 2. If you think of it as 3 months is a long time, it's because of the mindset you have. However, this is how I look at it. It's going to take me 3 months to build a portfolio of $200,000. Now, if you look at it from that perspective, you tell me what other industry you know of out there where within 3 months you will have built $200,000 for your business in terms of capital. It's not very easy, right? So for me, I always look at it as I'm building capital or I'm adding on to my portfolio to scale up my trading business. So having that mindset really helps me to become patient. Also, on the other hand, even if it takes you 3 months to pass, let's say, a 200K challenge, then you do your first payout of 3, 4, 5%. You'll be doing a payout of about $10,000. Unfortunately, most traders don't fancy such realistic approaches because they don't sound so enticing. At the same time, the same traders are blowing challenges every other month. You find a trader has taken 4 or 5 challenges and has blown all of them. Myself, since the year began, I've taken several challenges. I've never blown even a single one. Apart from the one that I've already passed and is funded, the rest of them are actually very positive. Simply because I just take them slowly, I give them about 3 months. I only execute trades within my system and I look at the bigger picture. So I hope this video has helped you, and don't be shocked that some of you, the only reason you're struggling with challenges is because you're just impatient. You're trying to do it so fast. Because as I always say, you're trying to bring your financial problems to the market and hoping that the sooner you pass, the better for you. so that you can make some money. Unfortunately, the markets don't work like that. And if you never get to a point where you treat your trading as a business, you're going to struggle forever in this industry. That's it for this video, guys. Be sure to give a thumbs up if it assisted you, and also drop your comments whether you agree or whether you have a contrary opinion. See you next time.